yamunatiravanachari jayo radha madhava kunja bihari Gopi jana vallabha girivaradhari Yashodanandana braja jana ranjana yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi jana vallabha girivaradhari Yashodanandana braja jana ranjana yamunatiravanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav. Jaya Nrisimhadev, Jaya Nrisimhadev, Nrisimhadev, Jaya Nrisimhadev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Thank you so much. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtotara Shatashi Srimad Tridanti Goswami Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtotara Shatashi Srimad Tridanti Goswami Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtotara Shatashi Srimad Tridanti Goswami Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Maharaja Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Om Prem Se Kaho, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasa, Adi Gaura, Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Madhava, Gopi Gopinath, Radha Kunda, Shyama Kunda, Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Vrindavana Madhura Dhamma Ki Jai. Mayapura Navadvipa Dhama Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Munamai Ki Jai. Tulsi Maharani, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Nitai, 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 Gaura Premanande, Hari Ribo. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. Jai Shri Gurudev. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim sarasvatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet nashta prayesha badreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Om Agyanam Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sham Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I am seeking your blessings to be able to say something inspirational also for the satisfaction of the Lord and His devotees. With the blessings of our seniors and all of us, let us start. Thank you so much. So today we discuss Canto 3, Chapter 22, verse 35. The verse is on the board. Ayāta-yāmās tasyāsan yāmāḥ svāntara-yāpanāḥ śṛṇvato dhyāyato viṣṇoḥ kurvato bruvataḥ kathāḥ ayāta-yāmās tasyasan yāmāḥ svāntara-yāpanāḥ śṛṇvato dhyāyato viṣṇoḥ kurvato bruvataḥ kathāḥ ayāta-yāmās tasyasan yāmāḥ svāntara-yāpanāḥ śṛṇvato dhyāyato viṣṇoḥ kurvato bruvataḥ kathāḥ tasyasan svāntara-yāpanāḥ śṛṇvato dhyāyato viṣṇoḥ bruvataḥ kathāḥ svāntara-yāpanāḥ śṛṇvato dhyāyato viṣṇoḥ kurvato bruvataḥ kathāḥ ayāta-yāmās tasyasan yāmāḥ svāntara-yāpanāḥ śṛṇvato dhyāyato viṣṇoḥ kurvato bruvataḥ kathāḥ. Thank you. Ayāta-yāmāḥ. Time never lost. Tasya of Manu. Āsan where. Yāmāḥ the hours. Sva-antara his duration of life. Yāpanāḥ bringing to an end. śṛṇvataḥ hearing. Dhyāyataḥ contemplating. viṣṇoḥ of Lord Viṣṇu. kurvataḥ acting. bruvataḥ speaking. kathāḥ the topics. Translation. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Consequently, although his duration of life gradually came to an end, his long life, consisting of a Manvantara era, was not spent in vain, since he ever engaged in hearing, contemplating, writing down, and chanting the pastimes of the Lord. Purport. As freshly prepared food is very tasteful, but if kept for 3 or 4 hours, becomes stale and tasteless, so the existence of material enjoyment can endure as long as life is fresh, but at the fag end of life, everything becomes tasteless, and everything appears to be vain and painful. The life of Emperor Svāyambhuva Manu, however, was not tasteless. As he grew older, his life remained as fresh as in the beginning because of his continued Kṛṣṇa consciousness. The life of a man in Kṛṣṇa consciousness is always fresh. It is said that the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, and its business is to reduce the duration of everyone's life. But the sunrise and sunset cannot diminish the life of one who engages in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Svāyambhuva Manu's life did not become stale after some time, for he engaged himself always in chanting about and meditating upon Lord Viṣṇu. He was the greatest yogi because he never wasted his time. It's especially mentioned here, viṣṇoḥ, kurvato, bruvataḥ, kathāḥ. When he talked only of Kṛṣṇa and Viṣṇu, the personality of Godhead. When he heard something, it was about Kṛṣṇa. When he meditated, it was upon Kṛṣṇa and his activities. It is stated that his life was very long, 71 Divya Yugas. One Yuga, or Divya Yuga, or Maha Yuga, is completed in 4,320,000 years. 71 of such Yugas is the duration of life of a Manu. And 14 such Manus come and go in one day of Brahma. For the entire duration of his life, 4,320,000 into 71 years, Manu engaged in Kṛṣṇa consciousness by chanting, hearing, talking about, and meditating upon Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, his life was not wasted, nor did it become stale. So it's a wonderful description of the qualities of Svāyambhuva Manu and praise of him, because he's a pure devotee of the Lord. And Prabhupada said clearly in the last chapter and in this chapter of third canto that in the absolute world, the qualities of the Lord and qualities of the devotee of the Lord are equal qualitatively. So when we hear the qualities of the Lord and we hear the qualities of the pure devotee, they are the same for our consciousness. We bring them to us. They become really our qualities. Therefore, first as like a shadow, a reflection of these qualities, and then they became ours, because it's said in the second chapter of the first canto, whatever we concentrate upon, it becomes ours. So therefore, it's so wonderful to hear about the qualities of great devotees with rapt attention, very attentively, so that we can at least get a fraction of these qualities to be able to satisfy our Lord. And here, this section of verses 28 to 39 dedicated to description of him being a person on the Bhava level. And in the next verse, it will be confirmed. Yes, he got liberation and he was on this platform. And here specifically, we got few qualities, wonderful qualities, which a person develops on this level of Bhava Bhakti. And the first is avyarta kalatvam, the concern that time should not be wasted, not even one moment for any mundane thing. And he is exemplary in this, the Svāyambhuva Manu. Why? Because that's 4,320,000 years into 71, the duration of his time. This is how much? It's 300 millions of years. And during these 300 millions of years, not even one fraction of a moment of his life was not spent in vain, was not spent uselessly. Only Kṛṣṇa kathāḥ, only connection with the Kṛṣṇa. And it's so wonderful. And how was it possible for him? Actually, it's great achievement, it's great science, how to connect everything, whatever we can do in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, seeing everything as Kṛṣṇa in our life, our circumstances, our responsibilities, finally our goal as Kṛṣṇa. So he connected everything, whatever he had to perform as his duties with Kṛṣṇa. And therefore, avyarka kalatvam, actually, it was wonderful description given in Shisubodhini, one of the commentaries by Vallabha, the whole day of Svāyambhuva Manu, like the schedule of this day. And we will come to this, like not even single moment was wasted. He started his day with the glorification of him by different assembled rishis, and he was awakened up by this wonderful glorification, but he was not affected by them to the extent of being attached to them. There was no attachment of them at all, because even when he was hearing this wonderful glorification of himself, for him it was sounding like the glorification of Kṛṣṇa, because what they were glorifying in him, that how he was following the Lord in everything. They were glorifying his missions, they were glorifying the qualities of Kṛṣṇa in him, in his personality. Therefore, it was very pleasant for him as well, because it was a glorification of Kṛṣṇa. And this is a vision of Mahabhavata. Stavara Jangama Dekya, na Dekitara Murti, Sarvatra Ishtadeva Spurti. It's a so great vision, like whatever it can be, Stavara or Jangama, the moving or not moving. He doesn't see the forms. The Mahabhavata doesn't see the forms, doesn't see the external things of what he sees. He sees the wonderful qualities of the Creator in this creation. He doesn't see the creation itself, he sees the qualities of Creator in this creation. That's how we can always be connected with the Lord, and this is wonderful. That's how he spent his time. Avyartka kalatvam. And another quality which qualifies him as a person on the level of Bhava Bhakti is asakti stat gunakyane. Sakti, that's detachment. Asakti, that's attachment. And asakti, that's very strong attachment. Gunakyane means to hearing or chanting about the qualities of the Lord. Guna akyane. And especially this is relevant in this case of Svāyambhuva Manu, because see how he started his days listening to the leelas of the Lord before even bathing. Even before starting his duties in this world, starting from bathing, he used to listen about the leelas of the Lord. Can you imagine? Like every day like this. And then after bathing and during the bathing, he was meditating on the form of the Lord. Okay. We heard, and then we meditate. We do manana. we see in our mind and try to connect with what we hear through meditation. So the next portion of his wonderful connection to the Lord was this meditating on wonderful form of the Lord and wonderful qualities of the Lord. And it was even before he was going to the royal assembly. And then in the royal assembly, before started everything, he used to speak to the assembled devotees, to this wonderful Raja Sabha, about the qualities of the Lord and Leelas of the Lord. And then again, they, in their return, they were speaking also, they were discussing. It was interactive. It was never like in one end. And it was wonderful. And then again, they somehow, this group consciousness of the Lord, they discuss their qualities in the light of what they're supposed to do now, what is on the agenda. And actually, what are these Leelas they were discussing? Of course, it was not probably only Vraja Leela. As we know, Leela immediately, that's Vraja Leela in our understanding. But actually, that's everything connected to these 10 topics of Bhagavatam, starting from what? Yeah, from the creation. Yeah, and then secondary creation, and then Sthanam, and then Poshanam, and then Yuti, and then Manvantara, and then Ishanu Kathāḥ, and then like this, until the Mukti and Ashraya. So all of them, they are different Leelas of the Lord. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, etc. Yeah, and Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam. So he was able, he got this wonderful quality to connect whatever he does, or whatever he did, with some particular Leela. Okay, now we are in Manvantara. It's my Manvantara, because he is a Manu. He is supposed to establish a wonderful system of ruling in this earth, not only in Bharatavarsha, because when we hear about the earth, in our understanding that Bharatavarsha, yes, not just our globe, but Bharatavarsha, it's higher. That's one of the segment of what is Jambudvipa? Yeah, exactly, Jambudvipa. And 6 more dvipas, they form Bhu Mandala. So he was responsible for whole Bhu Mandala. He's supposed to create such wonderful system of ruling of himself, so that everyone will get this knowledge which were transferred by Lord Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa says about this in Bhagavad Gita how this wonderful knowledge of imperishable knowledge of this yoga was given to him, to different personalities, first to Brahma, and Brahma gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. That's where Manu comes into picture. He's supposed to give this knowledge now through this wonderful system of governing here, based on the principles of Dharma, based on Yagya, to everyone. And this is a quite big task, actually huge task. So, how to do this? He started from personal sadhana. How I am in the picture of all this. What is my dharma? How I supposed to connect everything to Krishna? And then everything becomes yagya. And we will come to this point. Samutkanta, that again, a next quality. Okay, we didn't even finish the schedule, daily schedule of Svāyambhuva Manu. And after they finish their duty in this assembly, again, new section of Kṛṣṇa Katha started until the end of the day. So like 3 sessions of Kṛṣṇa Katha, from the beginning when he started his day, and then in the assembly, royal assembly, before they start their duty and after their duty, until the end, 3 sections, and it's perfection until they slept. And this is how we're supposed to do, because he came to set the example of what he wanted to teach everyone now, Dharma. And what is the Dharma? That's the way of living when everyone is connected to the Lord immediately through some kind of activities, and this activities is based on one universal principle, and this principle is yagya. We will also come to this. And the third quality which is mentioned here, it's samutkanta, eagerness to serve the Lord, eagerness to be with the Lord through devotional service. And we have śṛṇvato here, dhyāyato, kurvato, and bruvataḥ. That's all he did throughout his day and day by day. śṛṇvato, hearing; dhyāyato, meditating; kurvato, acting for the sake of the Lord. Actually, Acharyas mentioned that he was writing. He had been writing all this Manusmriti, and part of it is Manu Samhita. That's what he was writing. And the next is bruvataḥ. He was talking because he was always induced to talk about the Lila, talk about the Lord. That at least 4 angas of devotional service, and they agreed in this eagerness to be with the Lord through these 4 angas. It's samutkanta, and by this samutkanta, the great eagerness, the Lord will come. Actually, this is main principle in our life. How much we want to be connected with the Lord, how much we want to be with Him. And this is measured by this desire to be with Him, by samutkanta. And according to this desire, the Lord will reciprocate. The more we want to be with Him, the more He will be with us, the more He will reveal Himself to us. And Svāyambhuva Manu got this, got this wonderful darshan, every single fraction of minute darshan of the Lord in his life. And before, it was 3 of them covered here, the qualities on the stage of Bhava Bhakti. And before, it was also a wonderful description of another qualities which he got. And one of them is viraktir, detachment. He was so detached. Although he was in the midst of everything, whatever we can imagine about sense gratification, it was there in him. He was surrounded by the sense gratification, but he was not in them. That's the main thing. Like once Durvasa, when the gopis came to him to give a wonderful feast for his pleasure, when they were coming back and wanted to cross the Yamuna, and they asked Durvasa Muni, so Muniji, how can we cross Yamuna, because she is so vast and we don't have any bridge here. And Durvasa told them just to go there and tell Yamuna that Durvasa Muni eats only durva grass, and by the dint of this mantra she will let you go. And that's what they did. But before, they started laughing. Ha 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 ha. We just gave some sumptuous feast to him, but he's stating that he eats only durva grass. And then he explained, yes, I am eating, but I am not eating. That's the point, how to eat and not to eat simultaneously. It means he was totally detached of what he was eating. It was not material which actually was attracting to him in this eating. That's how we can connect each and every aspect of our life with Krishna. How to see Krishna in everywhere, in whatever our senses attaching with, and this is sense object, how to see in them Kṛṣṇa. It was his great great mastered science, which was there in him, how to connect whatever I am connected myself through the senses to the sense object, how to see in all this sense object Kṛṣṇa. In wonderful smell, that's Kṛṣṇa smell. Wonderful form, that's Kṛṣṇa's form. And wonderful food, that's Kṛṣṇa's, the taste of Kṛṣṇa's lips. Actually, that's how we have to meditate on whatever we do. That's coming from Kṛṣṇa. That's his. Therefore, it was so pleasant for him. He was enjoying like anything. By with what? How to not be attached materially to these sense objects. First of all, he totally purified his senses, and they become pure. And of course, spiritual. So how the spiritual senses can be connected to that matter? It's not possible for him. So there was not even connection. It was taking them as the way the senses act in this world through connection with the sense object as spiritual by the dint of the qualities Kṛṣṇa in them. That's what he could see. He could see creation, but not creation, but the creator behind the creation. He could see the qualities of Kṛṣṇa in everything. Therefore, there was no entanglement in matter. That's the main thing. That's how we can be connected and not be connected with this world. And like this, many other wonderful qualities are there in this description. In this section, 11 verses states this. But now we want to understand better who Svāyambhuva Manu was. Yeah, and we can start it from his appearance, how he appeared actually. He appeared from the Brahma. From the left side of Brahma, he came when Brahma was meditating on his unsuccessful attempt to populate this universe. First was Kumaras, because they refused to follow Brahmaji's order. Please do my mission in this world. Please populate this wonderful universe. Otherwise, what is the matter in all this universe if there is no population, no living beings there? But Kumaras refused. It was not enough bhakti in their heart towards their guru, because even if it's against our nature, suppose, against our nature, and it was against their nature, they were too much inclined toward renunciation, but still, if we follow our guru, miracle happened. We please the guru, we please the Lord, and the effect will be perfect. The Lord will appear for us. Yasya deve para bhaktira, yadha deve tadha guru, tasyāyate kathita kyartha prakashante mahatmanaha. If the person with unflinching faith serves his guru as much as he serves the Lord, then the purport of all the shastras revealed to him. And purport of all the shastras is Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa himself reveals himself to the person who always follows gurus with unflinching faith and sincerely. Sincerity and faith. That's two things. And full surrender to the instruction of the guru. That's why Svāyambhuva Manu appeared. And actually, it's one of the vibhutis of the Lord as well. In the vibhuti section, in Vibhuti Yoga, chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, Kṛṣṇa himself also reveals this, how Manu comes from his mind. And Acharyas explain that by this we can understand they have already Kṛṣṇa consciousness. But whatever comes from the mind of Kṛṣṇa It's by nature of the same quality of Krishna consciousness, consciousness of Krishna. So they already endowed with Krishna consciousness wonderfully. And why? Because for this mission, such a global mission, to establish this system of dharma everywhere in Boom Mandala, you have to be in Krishna consciousness. But for us, we can understand how he got it. Okay, first of all, he came, but he came in some particular way. He came simultaneously with his wife coming from his right side. He came from the left of Brahmaji, and his wife Shatarupa came from the right. And immediately, because Brahmaji is a single whole, right, his light, right and left, they match perfectly, they're matching. The same was with Svāyambhuva, who came from one half, and Shatarupa, who came from another part, as single whole. They immediately became such qualified family, couple. For what? For spreading the same dharma among the population, because their dharma was to populate now. And it was also remarkable that after all these useless attempts to populate, first starting from Kumaras, and then Rudra came, because he was so angry at Kumaras that Rudra came from this point immediately, and he demanded, give me my place, give me my dharma, what I'm supposed to do. And Brahma told, okay, you populate now. And he tried his best, and the acharyas said he populated this universe with so unwanted creatures, demoniac by nature, and it was horrible. At one point they wanted to devour whole this universe together with Brahmaji. They want to rape him. It's unheard of. And Brahma was so disappointed with his two attempts somehow to get out of this dilemma. And then he saw Svāyambhuvaji, who came being so wonderfully attached to Brahma's order. Immediately he asked Brahma, my dear Lord, what can I do for you? How can I serve you to please you? It was his first question after they appeared, and Brahma was so pleased. And again, when our spiritual master is pleased with us, everything comes in place. Everything revealed until Krishna reveals himself in the heart, and we start our relationship. The same thing. And Brahma gave him all the blessings. First question was, how to please you, my dear Lord? And the second, okay, I get now the instruction for you, how to follow your instruction. These two things. It's not enough to get just the blessings of some particular service, but how I can perform my service to you. And Brahmaji answered in 3 points. First, you populate, you create your praja, and then you have to establish this dharma system for all the living entity. And third, you have by this dharma to satisfy the Lord by yajna. And now we come to very wonderful principle of yajna in our life. Actually, that's the main principle, and it was given by the Lord himself. Again, in Bhagavad Gita, he refers to Brahmaji. Saha yajna praja shrishthah purovacha prajapatih. Saha yajna praja shrishthah. At the beginning of creation, Brahma, first Prajapati, the father of all the living entity, created praja, saha yajna, together with yajna. It's like a single whole. Then they cannot be separated. Together. Not separate praja, not separate yajna, together. That's the way of their existence, how they can exist, by yajna. And the second portion of this wonderful shloka is, be happy by performing this yajna, because the performance of this yajna will give you whatever you desire. Whatever you desire, and finally liberation. These two things, they sound like very contradictory. How to get all the desires, material desires fulfilled, and finally to get liberation. But that's the miracle of yagya, actually. And then it's explained more in more detail. What is a yagya? The yagya comes from the verb yaj, and yaj means to worship. To worship in two ways. The two constituents of yagya is there: to give something to the Lord, to offer something. It can be dravya, it can be the studying of the Shastras, that's also yagya, svadhyaya yagya, dravya yagya, many other yagyas according to different gunas of the living entity, whatever. The second constituent of yagya is to give with a desire to please. If there is no desire to please the Lord by what we are given, it's useless. So it's not yagya. These two things should be there. And then when we offer whatever you give, yad karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad jugosi, dasi, yad tapasya kaunteya, mat kurushva madarpana, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever tapasya you perform, do this as an offering to me. This is also explanation of yagya. We can do everything for the Lord pleasure. Jiva Goswami even extended to going to the toilet, to the bathroom. Even this part can be offered to the Lord as a yagya, really. So whatever we do can be connected to the Lord for the Lord's pleasure. And we can get many reasons why the toilet can be also our dharma, which can be offered to the Lord for His pleasure. We can invent many things, why it's so helpful to us for our devotional service. So that's a great science, how to connect all our activities with the Lord. And then it becomes yagya. So Acharyas explain, giving wonderful example. That's like an embryo in the womb and umbilical cord. There is an embryo and umbilical cord. This is a living entity and yagya. They are inseparable. They always together, right? For which purpose? If the yagya is there, umbilical cord is there, then from the womb of Mother Viṣṇu, because he is Bhoktaram, yagya tapasam, he is one who enjoys this yagya. He is at the end. In between there are some other personalities like different demigods, whom different living entity offer different things, but final person who accept all the offerings at Viṣṇu. So he's like our mother. And when the mother gets by yagya, whatever you want to perform, whatever you want to give, from him, through this umbilical cord, whatever you need will come into your life. Whatever you need. What usually is needed for the child to live, to be developed, like some nourishment, like whatever, that what is meant by this, whatever you need for life, whatever you desire will come by yagya. But the miracle here, the magic here, that it will not draw you down into material existence. It will not bind you. Yagyarthat karmanon yatra lokayam karma bandhanaha. If the karma is not given to the Lord by yagya, then it binds the living entity so much. By karma, by threefold miseries which we are getting through this karma, prarabdha, aprarabdha, and through different samskaras. So they create like inauspiciousness, abhadra in our life. But by yagya, all abhadra go in vain, just dissipated. And it's like a mahaprasadam. Whatever comes, when we offer something to the Lord, right? Offer something, we are getting mahaprasadi. Mahaprasadi of food, mahaprasadi of clothes of the Lord. Immediately it purifying. It has this transcendental quality of purification. It's not material anymore. Whatever you get, either san or griha or whatever, janma Aishwarya Shuddha Shri, whatever you want, it will come through yagya, but in the form which will not bear any karma for you. There will be no karma, there will be no karmic reaction. This is the super excellence of yagya. And Kardama Muni, Svāyambhuva Manu was so expert in turning all his life in yagya. It's a yagya principle. And because he was so exemplary, like transforming all his life into yagya to the Lord, he was successful in establishing whatever he's supposed to establish now. Dharma on the principle of yagya for all the living entities. Through what? Through the Raja Rishi. Raja Rishi, they supposed to give the system again. They supposed to give the system of law for their subordinates, so that everyone can proceed towards the Lord. And it was done on the social level, actually on the level of a whole earthly planet, the seventh planet out of this 14. So whole Bhumandala was like this, based on the principle of yagya for the satisfaction of Lord, and everyone was happy. There was one center, and it was said also by Maitreya Muni to Vidura that the family life and the way the Manu enjoyed with his family life was not interfering with the enjoyment of others. How it's possible? That means one single center, and everything and everyone, all the activities rotate around. They never clashes. They're just going around and around on their different orbits. One center. If you have many centers, then always clash, always clash, always clash. And what is these different centers? It's our ahankara, for ourselves, not for the Lord. This is a problem. And in this age, wonderful age, all the yagyas, they don't work. All this institution based on Raja Rishi and the system of laws, and then Varnashrama Dharma, it also, they don't work now. So between the praja, between the living entities and the Lord, there was whole social system of connecting with the Lord. But now this totally collapsed. What is left? Yagyai sankirtana prayaya, yajanti hi sumedasa. Only yagya is left now, that's what we follow. Sankirtana yagya, that's only yagya. And actually it's connect without anything in between, without state based on yagya, without law which supports the yagya, without Raja Rishi or king or whoever is ruling now in different places. So they cannot function anymore in this wonderful system. But now Manu, the principle of Manu, the rule of Manu is visible in this Sankirtana Yagya. Direct connection without all this instrument which were there for Manu to use between living entity and as a Lord. So that's also we do. And we become this wonderful energy of protection that Manu embodies. Because one of the things which there in Manu, he protects all the living entities. He was given the blessings by Brahma to protect the living entities by Dharma. So when we follow our Sankirtana Yagya, we become the agents of Manu to establish Dharma on the earth now directly, without any institutions. The same, but for Kali Yuga. And this is wonderful movement, and that's our heritage given to us by Srila Prabhupada. This is great achievement, and we can be happy, all of us, by following this wonderful Dharma of spreading the holy name and making others happy with chanting by directly connecting them to the Lord. Thank you so much, and we have a few minutes probably. We would like to discuss something, or have some questions, comments, additions.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for class. At the end you were talking about how if we offer our activities for Krishna's pleasure, it becomes yajna. And I think you said that that means it absolves us from the karmic reactions. And so I'm wondering what happens when, you make an attempt to offer an activity or an endeavor in Krishna's service as a yajna, but along the way you make mistakes or offenses the devotees, then what happens? Is it still yajna? Are we still absolved of the karmic ramifications?
Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. That's our great hope. So he sees our intention. He sees what is motivating us, what's our motive in all these things. So this is what is accepted more than anything else here, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, any activities here covered with some faults. It's like this. Because we always in the matter, we're surrounded by matter, so whatever we can do with the Lord will be connected to the matter, which always faulty. So it is like this, but we can strengthen this yajna. It will be accepted, because if it's sincere intention to please the Lord, this will be accepted. But the externalities, how it appears for others, for ourselves, we can always purify it step by step. And this is our practice actually. We start from zero without any ability, any adhikara to please anyone. Either our Guru or Krishna, that doesn't matter. But we are getting purified more and more. And if we can trace what was not satisfying for ourselves, what was not satisfying for the devotees in our endeavor, that's the best. We should be introspective and try to rectify this in the way we can, so that the Lord will be more pleased. And if there are offenses, my dear Prabhu, please excuse me for all my offenses. I didn't mean, and I didn't want. I wanted just to please you, to please my Guru, but somehow it's happened. Take the dust from the lotus feet of the devotees, and it should be our sadhana as well. And like Raghunath Das Goswami, 2,000 of the obeisances he was giving to different devotees 2,000 times a day. He was paying his obeisances to different devotees. For what? Because thus we acknowledge that they are so dear to the Lord, and from them the mercy comes. How we are getting this mercy? How the Lord, so the devotees always, they are so dear to the Lord. So we have to have in our mind how they dear, how the devotees dear to the Lord, and what they are for Him and what they are for us. And be grateful. That's another thing. And to pray, actually, we can wonderfully pray to the Lord in 4 parts. First, acknowledging the mercy which come. Like, my dear Lord, today you were so wonderful by giving me the association with these devotees. And through this devotee, I could understand your lesson for today. He spoke something that it was crucial for me to hear. And thank you for this mercy. And then again, the quality of mercifulness today was revealed to me from you through this devotee. You were so merciful to me. Acknowledge the quality of Krishna which was revealed to us today, particularly through someone or something, it's very important to acknowledge, because the Lord always wants to connect us to Himself, to have this rasa or exchange of our relationship, and He does much more than we can even, take. We are able to take. So that's the thing. Acknowledge wonderful qualities in Him, which was revealed to me today. And the second, thank you. I am so grateful to you for this, so that you will be saturated with this mercy again and again. Thank you. And then, although I'm so unqualified for this kind of mercy, please give me more of this. Please give me those qualities which will attract you to me, to make ourselves very humble in the eyes of the Lord, and then to ask something which we want from the Lord. Please give me more, give me more, give me more of yourself. Although I'm unqualified, still I want this nectar. So these four things in our, if they sincerely said to the Lord, immediately the response will come. Immediately the answer of the Lord, because what He values in us is sincerity and surrender, and it can be manifest through our worship Him by the prayers as well. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for a wonderful class. Please, Mataji, as we are in this Kṛṣṇa consciousness society, and we are already engaged, this Kṛṣṇa consciousness society engaged in Sankirtan Yagya, what are the more qualification we need to establish Varnashram Dharma? As Srila Prabhupada said, that Varnashram is so essential and should be established.
Okay. Yes, Prabhupada said 50% of my task already fulfilled, but 50, absent. Is still ahead. We can do this in the boundaries of our society, not on the level of social level, government level, then unacceptable for us, because it should be structured by some particular system for us to establish Varnashrama there. This system is ruined. It's collapsed. It's not there anymore. Where are Raja Rishis? Where are the leaders who understand their role, who understand that they have to follow Dharma themselves and they have to give Dharma to others? No leaders like this. And they're getting worse and worse and worse and worse in this. And there are no laws which will support this system on the level of a whole country. Nothing like this. The instruments are not there. What we can do it in our society for easing our everything, our devotional service. Because when we engage our guna, our qualities in proper way, according to our svabhava, material svabhava, then the effect will be more and more visible in our devotional service. It will be more effective. So for this, we have to just connect with the Lord through Sankirtan. Because Sankirtan in due course of time, because this is direct connection to the Lord, and through Sankirtana, your role in this society will be opened. It will come to the order of Guru, when Guru order you to do particular thing, or in general through Sankirtana, many facilities will be opened for you with your svabhava, with your everything, with your guna, karma, to offer it to the Lord. It still comes from the Sankirtana Yagya, because it's directly coming from Kṛṣṇa in His holy name. There is no other way. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur